Okay, we're here with Mike Hoskins from Actian. He's the CTO. We've been talking about SQL and Hadoop and big data and graphs. Mike, tell us about the SQL and Hadoop, and then we'll go on to the new graphs announcement.
Sure. The Hadoop ecosystem is really interesting. It represents enormous promise. I mean, people are adopting it everywhere. They're adopting it because it is a platform for the future, and we have to get to a new generation of analytic pipelines, of analytic applications, of analytic outcomes. We have to bring advanced analytics into our personal, our business lives. And clearly Hadoop, it's not everything, but it's a linchpin, it's a core foundational layer. But you know, anytime something is new in the market, it brings all sorts of immaturity and challenges, and Hadoop is no different. So for all its goodness, all its inherent architectural goodness, there's some tremendous immaturity in the platform. And what we do at Actian, and I'm the CTO at Actian, is we're really industrializing Hadoop. We're really, we sometimes say we're lifting Hadoop from being a low-value data lake to being a high-value, extreme, high-performing analytics platform. I mean, data has gravity. If your data is going to live in Hadoop, and you know what it is, then your computation is going to live in Hadoop, because compute is going to be pulled by the data, and compute's going to happen where the data lives. So data lives in HDFS in your Hadoop clusters, your compute lives there. And not just your low-value pre-processing. I'm talking about your highest-value advanced analytics. Two things we're doing at Actian to really drive that trend in the marketplace is bringing advanced and new analytic engines that have been built from the ground up to be hyper-parallelized, super-scaling, massively distributed, and run as first-class citizens in the Hadoop ecosystem. Let's first talk about SQL. You might think that SQL would be there in Hadoop. I mean, there's a lot of data. We have 3 million SQL programmers. Why not get them in the game? Well, the truth is SQL is a horrible experience in Hadoop today. Hadoop is largely the province of very low-tech, MapReduce kinds of programming. You can do some very low-performing Hive. No, you don't want to do that. You can kick the tires with some of the new emerging technologies around SQL and Hadoop, but they're so young. We know, we build mission-critical, world-class, production-ready databases. That's a hard thing to do. And so yes, you could experiment with those things, but you will quickly not vote for them as production-ready. Why not look at what we did? We own the world's best columnar analytic database technology. We've been shipping it for years. It's bulletproof, has role-based security, backup, recovery. It has advanced windowing functions, and it's completely columnar and analytic and built for fine-grained thread-level parallelism on the cores and massive scale-out parallelism on your distributed Hadoop cluster. Why not take that proven engine, drop it into your Hadoop cluster, and get world-class SQL like that on Hadoop? Which means that you want to run Tableau, you run it. You want to run Cognos, you run it. You want to run Yellowfin, you run it. You want to run business objects, MicroStrategy, everything runs. ODBC, JDBC, completely ready, production class, and you just snap your BI infrastructure on it and you're running on Hadoop. So bringing that level of advanced tooling to the somewhat primitive Hadoop ecosystem is a big step in industrializing Hadoop. That's just one example. I'm so excited by the Hadoop ecosystem because everything's young again. Relational databases are cool if you run SQL in Hadoop. NoSQL databases are cool. Document databases, graph databases. People are excited about graph. Well, guess what? We have inside our Actian portfolio a company called Sparkle City, founded by Barry Zane, a legend in the software industry, one of the really strong pioneers in writing scalable, parallel distributed software engines. Well, he's looked at graph databases now and graph engines, and so he has launched a product called Sparkleverse into the marketplace that is the most scalable MPP, in-memory, high-performing graph analytics engine that's ever been delivered into the marketplace. His numbers on benchmarks are just eye-popping. And so that happens to be a product that we participated in developing because Actian is the primary investor in Sparkle City and his startup. And so Barry has launched to the world, given to the world. In fact, you can download a free copy if you want at his website, a new next generation parallel graph analysis engine. And I'm excited by that because graph holds the promise of letting us discover what we don't know about our data, what I call the unknown unknowns. Actually, I'm borrowing a phrase from Donald Rumsfeld there, but I think you'll get it. We know some things that we know, and we mediate them through SQL-type queries. And then there's some things that we don't know too much, and we apply some machine learning algorithms to drive better predictive models in our world. But then there's this whole class of questions we don't even know to ask because we don't know what the shape of our data is. What if the data could could organize itself more spontaneously? What if the data could order itself into some kind of graphical meaning, and then I could understand where's the vortex, the center of gravity, where are the heavy influencers, where's the heavy activity, but I could also enjoy anomaly detection and find the outliers, the weird people at the edge of my network. What are they doing out there at 2 o'clock in the morning? Why did they meet the other person at a cafe at 2 o'clock in the afternoon of the same day before they were on my network at 3 a.m.? You know, who knows what connections could yield as an analytic technique. And so that area of relationship analytics and affinity analytics is very interesting to us at Actian. So we're really exploring and pushing the boundaries of all sorts of novel and important analytic techniques by delivering to the market these advanced analytic engines. And of course the magic is they run in Hadoop, and that's where your data lives, that's where your compute's going to live, and being able to participate as we are in that ecosystem and really help drive it and industrialize it and bring those advanced analytic techniques, that horsepower, and bring it right into the Hadoop ecosystem, that's really important. And so, you know, being able to share that story is good. Being able to hang out on the 47th floor of Australia Tower and look at the Harbour Bridge and the Sydney Opera House is also very cool. So I've enjoyed it immensely. This has been a nice sojourn. Look forward to connecting with you again.
And just quickly, who are some of your big clients in Australia that are using Actian technologies?
So I will defer to our country manager, Jason, who's right over here. I don't know if you want to pan to Jason, or Jason wants to come around to this side of the camera. Here, Jason, have a seat right over here. And Jason runs all of Actian's operations in APAC. He's based in Melbourne, and so he's probably best suited to giving you an answer about some of our customer base here in ANZ. Jason.
All right, go for it, Jason.
Thanks, Alex. I look after Actian's operations here in Asia Pacific, from India through China, Japan, South Asia, and in Australia. We've only recently just become marketing and selling our platform here in Australia. Companies such as Pacific Brands in Melbourne have really accelerated their BI deployment using the Actian platform. Around Asia particularly, we've got huge food retailers such as Jollibee Foods in the Philippines. We've got Shanghai General Motors in China. We've got South Korea Telecom in Korea. We've got Ranaka Bank, Future Group in India. So the penetration across the region has been quite extraordinary, and we're really getting a lot of traction and growth in the region.
Okay, well, probably better leave it there. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, Alex. Thank you.